Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about OTF and all this drama that's surrounding their circle, that's surrounding their clique, that's surrounding their group. Now, OTF is a group that was formed and a label that was formed by Lil Durk, right? You had people like King Von that fell under OTF, before he passed away, and he still did. His last album was dropped under OTF, I believe, in conjunction with like Alamo or Empire, one of those, right? Then you had Memo600, who recently had a lot of controversy over this chain snatching situation, right? Now that seems to be the catalyst for a lot of drama that's been carrying out on social media the last 2 days, because you have two other prominent members of OTF that, we at least align with OTF. You have Bosstop, who is one of the standout features on King Von's latest album, man. He was actually on the album twice, and I believe he's like a blood cousin of King Von and whatnot, right? Now, you also had Booka 600. Now, Booka 600 is probably one of the closest people I can think I've seen on the outside to Lil Durk's inner circle. You know what I mean? It seems like every time he's pictured or every time you see him, he's around or with Lil Durk. And he was one of the standout features on the Loyal Bros CD, man. Now, what's crazy is it seemed like a lot of the people who were on the Loyal Bros CD, and I've mentioned this before, they either got locked up or they fell out with the rest of OTF or something like that. And Memo600 seems to be one of the people who fell out with everybody. Now, I'm not sure this is facts, but it seems like there's a considered effort for everybody to be sneak dissing him, because Booka 600 and Bosstop went to social media and were definitely sneak dissing somebody, even though they didn't name names. Now, fans believe that they're talking about Memo600, but man, we'll break down the post and you guys can make the determination for yourself. Now, before we get to the specifics and look at all these posts, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, man, let's talk about these posts that were made by Bosstop on social media first, right? Now, Bosstop, like I said, is, man, one of the standout features on King Von's album. And dude, man, he can spit. He's been getting a lot of big interviews out there. A lot of people wanted to hear what he said after, all the events that took place in 2021. And he's kind of got out there and spread his message, you know what I mean? Now, his affiliations and closeness to OTF seem like they align with the whole O Block thing, and that's how he's close to Lil Durk in the OTF circle, right? But this post made by Bosstop on Twitter had everybody thinking that he was either sneak dissing Lil Durk in his camp or either Memo600. And some people took this as he was sticking up for Memo600. So this is what it says. It says, y'all fans be taking up for y'all favorite rappers. They don't even poke their chest out. Y'all gangster. You know what I mean? And letting it be known that fans sometimes get involved in these back and forth between artists. Like with the Memo thing, you had a lot of people who were taking a side, and you had a lot of people who were shocked by the situation. Like, man, is OTF really breaking up? Like, is it falling apart? Like, because it seems like a lot of the rappers are getting into it with each other. Then you had the situation with THF Bayzoo, who put out a video saying that he got Memo's chain. Now, he wasn't specific on how they got it, but there were other interviews where people talked about a situation where he got his chain snatched, and there's a video of him running away, man. So it's a bad look all around for their team as far as them being together and having any sort of togetherness and rolling like a unit, when it looks like Memo is on the outs, when before it seemed like they were pushing Memo as an artist. Now, Bosstop backed that up with this post right here. Now, in this tweet, he said this. He said, I be paying attention to everybody. Letting it be known he's got his eyes wide open, man. He's watching everybody. And when he says everybody, a lot of people took this as him talking about his own crew, or talking about those people who are in O Block and those people who are in OTF. You know what I mean? Because let's be for real, they're separate. You have one thing who's a record label or whatnot, and the other thing is, it was King Von's thing. We'll say it like that, man, just to play it safe. You know what I mean? But to be real, this could just be him talking about anything randomly, and fans could just be taking this out of context. And maybe he is sticking up for Memo, or maybe he's not. Either way, fans really don't know at this point, but it's got a lot of people talking and a lot of the people online buzzing, right? Now, also, you had Booka 600. Now, let's talk about Booka 600 and, him going to social media and saying some cryptic messages of his own. Now, the very first message that he put out there was this one that says this. Now, on social media, Booka tweeted this. He said, I had somebody tell me clout chasing is they hustle with a laughing, crying emoji, man. And now, I don't know if this tweet right here had anything to do with the situation that's going on with Memo, because that's the day that that story actually cracked, right? That's the day that that story came out about Memo600's chain being snatched and all that, right? And it's been a lot of blowback since then, man. A lot of people have been talking on social media. Memo came out and said ain't nobody take nothing from him or anything like that. And a lot of people have just been trying to figure out what the situation was, because it seems like OTF is having a lot of strife and a lot of people going against each other within their circle. You know what I mean? When they were brought to us as a unit, as I said before, man, when we seen the Loyal Bros track listing, I thought everybody on this Loyal Bros CD, everybody on the Vaughn album, everybody on this, man, is all together and they all one crew. But it looks like, they might be going their separate ways. And another telltale sign of that is this post right here, also from Booka 600. Now, in this tweet, Booka said this. He says, "I'm grown as all that we gang dead. I'll smack the out of you." And this was just released, earlier today, or last night, I should say, right? And so basically, he's telling somebody that he's grown. So all that we gang and all that stuff is dead. He'll smack the out of somebody. So obviously, he's talking to somebody close to his circle, somebody in his inner camp, because why else would they be referring to him, or he would be insinuating that they would respond by saying, "Yo, we gang." So I'm not sure if he's talking about Memo600, but he obviously put in that "I'll smack the out of you," so letting it be known that that was on the table. And the rumor was that Memo600 got smacked. Now, I don't know if that's true, so please don't run with that and say that I said that, but that's the rumor that's been going on social media. They said they smacked him and took his OTF chain, man. Now, what's funny is the chain that THF Bayzoo had, right? It was a Steve Drive chain. It wasn't an OTF chain. So that goes to show that you can't believe all these rumors, right? Now, Booka wasn't done there. He also posted this. Now, in this tweet, he said, "It's always somebody that wants you to do something that they wouldn't do." Now, that's very vague. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, most of these posts are cryptic. You can tell from the last one he's talking about somebody close to them. But, you kind of, because Booka is closely, affiliated with Durk, you see him with Durk a lot, you would assume that some of the things that he says and he puts on social media, because the big complaint was that Memo600 was on social media being too internet. You know what I mean? A lot of people were saying that. I think Bayzoo said that. So these things that he's saying, Lil Durk, you can assume that maybe he co-signed them as well, but maybe not. Now, finally, just a few minutes ago, he put this out there. Now, on his Instagram page, Booka put this out, and he said this, and this is definitely a sneak shot to probably the same person. It said, "If you will report to the blogs, you will report to the police." So letting it be known that, hey, man, if you go to the blogs and give up information, because, some blogs get information from artists and stuff like that. I've heard of things like that, right? He says that you'll basically report to the police, so he don't trust you. Anybody who will go and spread their information or stuff to the blogs, you'll report to the police. And this kind of goes back to that very first tweet where he talked about he knows somebody who says clout chasing is their business. Now, I'm not sure if he's aiming at Memo600. I'm not sure if he's aiming at anybody else within the OTF circle. But this could be a telltale sign that, man, not is all good in the OTF camp as far as them being a unit that they once were. Now, what do you guys think about this? Do you think that all these messages from Bosstop, from Memo600, from THF Bayzoo, and from Booka 600 shows that, man, there's something going on in OTF and maybe they're breaking apart and, they're not the unit we thought they were? Or could all these posts be about something we don't have insight on yet? Or is it a possibility that Memo getting his chain snatched was the chain reaction or the start to a chain reaction of OTF just breaking apart, man? Now, with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.